The East Carolina Pirates have an interesting season ahead of them. Blake Harrell came in. They had not such a good season. They ended up going 7-5 last year. Well, 8-5. They went through the regular season 7-5. Four of their last six games under Blake Harrell, he won. This was after losing three. Mike Houston got fired. Blake Harrell came in mid-season, defensive coordinator. This is a man that is known for being a defensive coordinator. He was a student assistant at Western Carolina. He was an assistant at two high schools, three high schools. He was a defensive backs coach for Franklin High School, and then he was defensive coordinator. Lenore Ryan, he was defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. He was all over the place there. Citadel defensive coordinator, linebacker coach, Kennesaw State defensive coordinator, linebacker coach. He was brought in to be the interior linebacker and defensive coordinator, and then put in as the head coach. And he ended up, like I said, he went 5-1 because he beat North Carolina State, and that's who they start out with. So let's take a look at this very interesting schedule.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
Now, looking at this schedule, they're going to North Carolina State. This was a heated game last year. 26-21 in the Military Bowl. In all honesty, North Carolina State has got problems when it comes to their coach being able to handle tough situations. And East Carolina, I honestly think the only problem that they will have in this game will be the fact that they have to get their defense to gel. I think they can beat them. That'll be their first win. Then they have Campbell coming to them. Eh. It's like that's a win for them. Then they're going to Coastal Carolina. I like Coastal Carolina. Chanticleers, the oddest name, but I think they can beat the Chanticleers. But it's going to be a tough one. Then they got a 3-game stretch that is just nasty. They got BYU. Here's a team that they're saying could be going to the playoffs. Honestly, I like East Carolina, but I don't think that they can handle BYU. Got Army. Army's coming to them, but Army's going to be strong. Going to be a toss up, but I think Army can beat them. Then they're going to Tulane. There's no way with what Tulane's been spending and how they've been doing things. I think Tulane's got this game as well. I think they've got a tough 3-game stretch. So 3-3 at this point. Then Tulsa comes to them. Easy win for East Carolina. At Temple. I like Temple, but I think they can beat them. Versus Charlotte. Charlotte's going to be a good team. But because they're coming to East Carolina, and I think I probably said it the other way around in my previous, but looking at this, looking at the teams, I don't think I'd looked into East Carolina as much as I should have. That's a win. So they're going to be 5 and no, they're going to be 6 and 6 wins at that point. They're going to have their game. They're going to have their bowl game. Then Memphis, I don't think they can beat Memphis. At UTSA, at Florida Atlantic, those two, I think, hey, much as I've talked about those two teams, I think East Carolina can beat them. So you got North Carolina State, Campbell, Coastal Carolina, Tulsa, Temple, Charlotte, UTSA, Florida Atlantic. That's 8 games. Now, Memphis, Tulane, Army, and BYU. Do I think that East Carolina could pull off one of those to get them a 9 win season? 9 or 10 win season. Do I think that they could? Yes. I think they might have a shot against Army. And Memphis or Tulane, I think they could take them, but it's going to be a tough. But I think their bottom is 8, and I think their top is 10. I honestly do. I think that they could possibly be looking at a 10-win season, but I think more than likely we're looking at an 8-win season going into a bowl game. So 8-5 is what I'm thinking that they'll most likely be, with a possibility of a 10-win season. I like what I'm seeing. This schedule, North Carolina State's going to be going into this heated. They're going to be going into this in a hot seat because of that bowl game last year. Honestly, North Carolina State does not impress me. Memphis, Tulane, BYU, those are probably the three toughest games on this schedule. Army is a tough game. Army and North Carolina State are their second tier toughness, and the rest are just, yeah, it's going to happen unless something just does not work with East Carolina. East Carolina's got a good offense, good defense that they've got to put together. Blake Harrell knows how to do defense, but this defense has got to gel. They had too many graduates, too many that they've had to bring in. For That's going to be their biggest question. Their offense has got a pretty good look to them, though. Honestly, I seriously think that's going to be an 8-win minimum season for them. I really, really do. But like I said, there is a possibility for a 10-win season if everything works out right. I like Blake Harrell. I like what he was able to do at the end of the season last year, especially that 26-21 victory over North Carolina State. Gave him more time to practice. Plus, they got to they've already got an understanding of North Carolina State. Also, another reason why I think that Coastal Carolina won't be that difficult is for the simple fact of that they played them in 2022 at the Birmingham Bowl. It wasn't even pretty. I think that this is going to be an interesting year. If you aren't watching East Carolina, you're missing out. Now, looking at what they've got, okay, they're going to be on the ACC network against North Carolina State. They're going to be on ESPN for the Army and the Tulsa game. ESPN Plus for Campbell and Coastal Carolina. The rest of them, not yet figured out. But seriously, this is a fascinating, fascinating schedule for any team. And they're going bowling. It's a guarantee they're going to go to a bowl game unless this team completely melts down. And honestly, I think they're going to be looked at for quite a bit. Not to mention their primary team. Well, they've got two Power Four teams, BYU and North Carolina State. North Carolina State just, maybe I'm wrong, but they just don't impress me. BYU last year could have been looking at a college football playoff. They are probably mad. They went 10-2 in the regular season, which should have guaranteed them a college football spot, but they didn't get it. And then they went in and smacked down Colorado in the Alamo Bowl. BYU, not even BYU's their toughest game. But North Carolina State, like I said, that one's going to be the interesting one. And if you're not watching it, you're going to be missing out because it's going to be funny. Maybe it's just my disrespect of most of the ACC. But this is going to be a good year for East Carolina. You should be watching them. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.